Anything? Is there anything that we can, you see, we have very less time, then we go back.
Item number 1, that BSF matter was there, my lord. The learned trial court is directed to hand over the accused person to police, my lord. And
So they have also agreed to hold on. I mean, not to enforce the order.
as far as the questioning the accused persons, that has been done. We are cooperating in that. There is no problem with that.
I have
But handing over the custody, my lord, that law prohibits that. And the learned trial court has passed that order, my lord. So if today, maybe time will not permit, my lord. So taken up tomorrow also, my lord.
tomorrow. That is
Item number 1, my lord.
Item 1.
In the supplementary list.
supplementary. So item number 1 on premier by the parties. Let's this matter tomorrow. Anything else?
That's SRGT matter is there, my lord, today.
I don't think we'll be
My
able
lord, today, we kept for 2 days, my lord. That was agreed on the last day. Second,
then tomorrow.
tomorrow, my lord. But only thing it appears, my lord, it was agreed that learned Advocate General will be here.
That's what he said.
Is he here?
Lordship, he'll be coming as well.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
On premier by the parties. Let's this matter tomorrow. What else?
Please, Your Lordship. Item 2 to 6, Your Lordship. Motion, fixed for motion. Lordship, this matter pertains to non-releasing of government funds, Your Lordship, schemes with regard to the MG and RGS schemes.
Motion matter not to be mentioned. First, I'll hear the mention of
Alright.
any prayer for adjournment as far as hearing portion is concerned.
Lordship.
Thereafter, we'll take up the.
All right.
Please, Lord. Item number 11.
Yes.
In this matter, what had happened was pleased to ask regarding the judgment regarding the interest portion. So, as a matter of fact, could not find any specific judgment relating to the reduce of the interest portion, but this court nevertheless had passed an order in Chinta Devi case, reducing the interest from 9 to 6.
Well, that of course.
Of course, that was the
Based on the various pronouncement of the Supreme Court at various times.
yes, but more or less the matter was on the similar footing. It was that also, but here there was a delay of 17 years.
Yeah,
So, of course. So, at the moment, we could not exactly get because so far the interest portion is concerned.
Would you like to explore that area again?
Lordship, we have checked, Lordship. The delay in lodging FIR we are getting, but not in delay in trial. So we have we have checked, we have explored.
Specifically with regard to the accident case.
Specifically, yes, motor accident and with with delay in trial, because this case is something like the trial has gone delay, not in other aspects.
But there should be, there should be a general, not specifically related to MAC cases. In case of cases with regard to provisions of CPC or
There are matters with regard to
provision.
payment of gratuity now.
I have also cross-checked with land acquisition matter also,
Yes.
but I have not found anything as such. I have crossed land acquisition matter also, that if in land acquisition matter where the claim amount, trial in delay, the claim amount is there, but that also I did not get to. But
We'll do one thing, then I'll give you 1 week's time to still look into it.
Okay, madam.
If you can find it. If not, then we'll see.
Madam.
1 week's time enough
okay, 1 week's time is enough.
Madam.
on premier by the parties. Let's this matter after 1 week. That's 11 and 12.
Yes, 11 and 12. Okay.
But the item 9 of the hearing list, I'm not sure if the same was mentioned. This matter may come up after 2 weeks. But as such, there is no urgency in this matter.
But who's for the petitioner?
It was Mr. S. Day. His junior was here this morning, so I'm not sure.
I think today, practically, I don't think we'll be able to do anything. Premiered by the parties, this is matter of 2 weeks. Premiered by the respondent. No? So we have number 4 is left. What is required in number 4?
My lord, number 4, my lord, that matter has already been heard, and only from our side, my lord, we have to submit some of the judgments. We'll give it by the next date, my lord. We have already given our written submission also, my lord.
So how long?
After 2 weeks, my lord.
On premiered by the petitioner, this is matter of 2 weeks.
On supplementary cost list, item number 2.
Yes.
Wait, please, Your Lordship. Item 2 to 6, Your Lordship, connected. Lordship, this matter pertains to non-releasing of government funds, Your Lordship, and schemes in favour of the 5 villages, Your Honour, or Your Lordship, the Umthulu village, Langja village, Kelemsangren village, Ktet Tawyar, and Mauriba village, Your Lordship. Lordship, the cost to such stoppage of funds, government funds, Your Lordship, was due to the fact that there was a legal notice issued by the private respondent number 5, Your Lordship, against the state government, Your Lordship. You will find that legal notice at page 82, Your Lordship, annexure 10.
Yes.
Lordship is with me.
It's for
After-
institution of the suit.
Yes, Your Lordship. There is a pending suit, Your Lordship, before the District Council Court.
Okay.
Title suit 18 of
Who
2010.
is the government is a party?
Your Lordship.
The state is a party.
In the suit, Your Lordship? No,
Yes.
Your Lordship, no.
So why it is why notice under 80?
Lordship, the private respondent here in the legal notice, Your Lordship, has lay claim over the suit land, Your Lordship. Suit land comprises of these 5 villages, Your Lordship, the villages that I've mentioned before, Your Lordship, where the private respondent, as per the compromise deed dated 22 December 2006, Your Lordship.
Just
That-
just a moment.
Yes, Lordship. You'll find that at
No, just a moment. This relates to title suits of earlier years.
yes, Your Lordship. If Your Lordship would, I would like to do a quick run through, Your Lordship, from 1979.
Can you just give me the dates of those title suits?
Yes, Your Lordship.
With
The first title suit was instituted sometime in the year 1979, Your Lordship. First title suit.
so
Before the-
can you do you have a copy of those title suit?
Yes, Your Lordship. It is at annexure 4, page 29, Your Lordship.
Copies copies of the proceeding you will not have,
No, Your Lordship.
because it just struck to me that I may have had some hand in this. If I've forgotten by now, but I may have represented some of the parties here.
But it's nowhere reflected, Your Lordship's name. I have gone through the
You've
copies.
gone through it?
Yes, Your Lordship.
Before the trial court. it's not
Yes,
there.
Your Lordship. 1979 till 1999, Your Lordship, the suit was disposed of.
Okay.
Because there was a compromise between the parties, Your
That
Lordship.
was-
Let me just take Your Lordship step by step, Your Lordship. 1979, Your Lordship, a suit was instituted before the Assistant DC, Nongstown, Your Lordship.
Yes.
Or before the Assistant DC, Shillong, Your Lordship, to which it was later transferred to Nongstown, Your Lordship. Assistant DC to Nongstown. And the suit was then renumbered as Title Suit 1T of 1996. And what happened, Your Lordship, during the course of the proceeding of this title suit, Your Lordship, the plaintiffs as well as the defendants, Your Lordship, of this suit, of this 1996 suit, they entered into a compromise. So, entered into a compromise where the said suit was accordingly disposed of, and the said suit was placed before the Lok Adalat, Your Lordship. After that, aggrieved by the said compromise, Your Lordship, the private respondent filed a writ petition before the Guwahati High Court. Aggrieved because she was not a signatory of the compromise deed, Your Lordship. So she, aggrieved by that, she filed a writ petition before the Guwahati High Court. Guwahati High Court observed that, or held that, since the compromise deed was done behind her back, the Guwahati High Court set aside the order dated 2 of 1999, Lordship, and sent back the file to the assistant to DC, restore back the file to the assistant to DC, and to take back the case at the stage where the application for compromise was pending, Your Lordship, and then to take the private respondent on board so that she could put her signature on the compromise deed, Your Lordship. But what happened, Your Lordship? The assistant to DC, without going through the order dated 7/5/2004 of the Guwahati High Court, Your Lordship, disposed of the case without taking on board the private respondent. Disposed of the title suit 1T of 1996, Your Lordship.
Dispose of after evidence, recording of evidence? And
No, Your Lordship. Only because there was a compromise. With regard to the compromise, because there was compromise between the
yes.
plaintiffs and the defendants, Your Lordship. The suit has not gone to evidence also, Your Lordship.
No, thereafter the order of the High Court came.
Yes, Your Lordship.
So, taking note of that, the trial court...
The trial court did not go through the order of the High Court, Your Lordship. So, what happened, Your Lordship? Disposed of the case. Then, aggrieved by that, the private respondent filed a title civil appeal before the additional DC Nongsta, Your Lordship. During the course of that appeal, also, Your Lordship, the private respondent entered into a compromise with one another party, Your Lordship, by the name of Slitina Sangren, but did not implead in that title civil appeal, Your Lordship, did not implead other defendants who are a party to that suit of 1996, did not implead them, entered into a compromise, which is at annexure 7, Your Lordship. This is the compromise which the private respondent number 5 has used this piece.
Yes, page
59, Your Lordship, annexure 7. Annexure 7.
Yes.
Yes. On the basis of this compromise, Your Lordship, the private respondent has lay claim on the suit land, Your Lordship, comprising of all these 5 villages, Your Lordship, that this suit land belongs to her, that this suit land is a regency land, Your Lordship. Lordship would like to take Lordship to annexure 2, Lordship. If Your Lordship could kindly come to annexure 2, page 25. Annexure 2A, page 26 is the translated copy. This is the order of the Sardar of Tinghor Sardarship, Your Lordship. I will read, Your Lordship, if I may.
Yes.
As requested by the 19 persons under the jurisdiction of Hima Maharam State, who resides at Langja under the Hima Jerngam Sardarship, and because you are obedient to the rules and regulations of the Hima, I have given this order that you are welcome to reside in Langja and you have the right to cultivate forever as you wish, but you have to follow the following terms here and below. You have to follow the rules and orders of the Sardar Jerngam as other villagers under the Hima. You have to follow any rules of the government as other villagers. At the time of need of the Sardar or government which is related to the village, you have to help in terms of food and drinks, and you shall also give a person from your end to accompany the other person of the Sardar or of the government to drop him from your village to his village or to whatever destination he wishes. You have to collect the government taxes accordingly at the right time. The farmer shall take care of his livestock, such as cows, pigs, etc. Whoever resides as a villager in this village, if he does not wish to continue to stay in the village, he has to give his reason to the Sardar the same. The names of the 19 persons are as follows. Number 1, Your Lordship, Sri Raimon. This person by the name Sri Raimon, Your Lordship, this person is the father of the respondent number 5, Your Lordship. Respondent number 5. So, Raimon, along with his daughter, Your Lordship, family, are one among the 19 villagers, Your Lordship, who came to settle in that in Jirngam Sardarship, Your Lordship. So we are also entitled to whatever the Raimon Nyaupinyau is claiming, Your Lordship. So in
Who has issued this? Who has issued this diktat?
This is the by Roy Singh CM. He's the Sardar of Jirngam Sardarship, Your Lordship, at that time. This was issued on 6/2/1953.
Your translated copy you have not.
Yes, Your Lordship. Yeah, following this, there is another confirmation, Your Lordship. If Your Lordship kindly come to Annexure 3. 3A is the translated copy.
Yes.
Yes. With this proceeding, I, Shri Roy Singh EM, Sardar Jirngam Sardarship, do hereby declare as per my order. Actually, it should be 6/2/1953, Your Lordship, due to typographical error, I think. As per the order of the Executive Committee, District Council, so and so, Shillong, 8 November 1977, no one shall lay claim ownership whatsoever in any way over the land right Jirngam Sardarship, and the residents shall have the right to cultivate in the right Jirngam Sardarship except the sacred groves, and in order to avoid any differences of the farmers, each one shall need and get an approval from the office of the Sardar Jirngam Sardarship. Whoever tries to create any trouble to destroy the Ilaka Jirngam Sardarship or the land right of the Jirngam Sardarship shall be punished by exile from the Hima Sardarship. So, Lordship, by these two documents, Your Lordship, it is apparent that this suit land is the right land, Your Lordship. But I will not go into that, Your Lordship. These grievances can only be addressed before the civil court.
Are the respondents here?
State respondent, Your Lordship.
State is here, Lordship. Private respondents are there.
Have you responded?
No, they are not present today, but
you have
they
to-
have been pleaded as parties.
So you'll be accepting notice on behalf of the state respondent?
Lordship.
Heard Leonard.
Lordship, I have an interim prayer also, Lordship, because they are, if Your Lordship kindly come to Annexure 12, page 107.
Let the affidavit be filed.
Let the affidavit be filed, Lordship.
We'll compel them to file within next date fix or two. Oh, but still, notice has to go. You can see now you're harping on the fact that everything has been done behind your back. Now, if in your stead you ask for an order behind their back, cannot be.
Lordship, because there is a pending work order, Your Lordship, in favor of the.
You see, it doesn't mean that
Lordship.
it will lapse. If by order of the court, subsequent order of the court, the same can be revived, or it can be given to you if you are due.
Lordship.
These schemes are they are off and on, or rather they are continuous.
Yes, sir.
Heard Leonard Counsel for the petitioner. Ms. Anjishila, Leonard Senior Government Advocate, has accepted notice on behalf of the respondent 1, 2, 3, and 4 respectively. The petitioner is directed to take steps for issue of notice upon the respondent 5 and the pro forma respondent number 6. Notice is returnable within 2 weeks. In the meantime, the state is directed to file the counter affidavit.
Lordship, there's a in CR of 28 of 2007, Lordship. Just to mention what has fallen from your Lordship's mouth, Mr. B. Bhattacharjee had appeared in this matter, Lordship. So I'm just informing your Lordship accordingly.
What's that?
At Annexure 8 at page 67, Lordship, because your Lordship had stated that you might have appeared, you might have been involved in this matter. This is before Honorable Justice T.Y.P. Mr. B. Bhattacharjee had appeared in this matter.
Annexure 6, page.
Annexure 8, page 67.
67, Your Lordship.
Page 67.
That is why, you see, like I said earlier, the names of the parties sounds very familiar.
That's what, Lordship. So I thought you should just mention it to your Lordship because you had stated that, Lordship.
Yes. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, this Trin Sim Yong, I can still remember her face. If I'm not mistaken. Her father was there.
Oh, okay.
I think that Raymond must be the one.
Lordship.
He used to be our client.
Lordship. So I thought I should bring it to your Lordship's notice, Lordship.
You see, in those days, where Langja is concerned, it involves not only the issue involved, but there's also the issue of land compensation, where for the road that was passing through.
Yes.
And there was I think there's still a dispute between perhaps this party and the Sardar,
maybe,
and all those things. So we were part of that.
Lordship.
That's why I told you, check. Could be here, could be there. But, of course.
I'm just making a mention before your Lordship, just in case.
Could be. Anyway, it depends on the parties.
Lordship.
I have no issue with it.
So we'll see. We'll look into it. Maybe on the next date, this court can.
Would you also like to mention item 2 and 3, Your Lordship, would be the leading repetitions in this case, Lordship?
All these are same.
All connected
subject
matters.
Up to 6.
Up to 6.
This is the matter. Yeah.
Much obliged, Lordship.
Cause list, item number 1.
Yes.
Your Lordship, this matter we were supposed to take steps. Your Lordship, we have taken steps on the 17th of May. Your Lordship, so far we have not received a reply.
So what do we do? Should we await or should we take fresh steps?
Lordship will wait first.
Heard Miss Lena Counsel for the petitioner who has submitted that the report on the notice, service report on the notice issued upon the respondent number 1, 2 and 3 respectively has not yet been received. It is prayed that some more time will be awaited for the same. Pray aloud. This is matter of the.
A week may be given, Your Lordship.
This is matter of the 1 week.